So Alessio, how long is a turn?
Well, the turn is when basically the British player will play his card, the French player will play his card, and when at such a stage, normally the British player will run out of cards first, or may decide not to want to use his cards. For example, I could have a special card that does something really cool, but it's not the right time, so I may want to save that. So I'll just go, either I finish my cards or go, right, pass, stop when I'm totally in a card. That's the end of my thing. The French player will continue to play his cards. Normally there's a little bit at the end because the French player has more cards, has more commanders, more troops, where actually the French player gets a few more things to do towards the end of the turn. But when he decides to stop or when he runs out of cards, that turn is over. At which point we'll then collect, reset your artillery, kind of tied up things, get your base attack card again, get your hand again, start another turn. And of course in the early game, the French enjoy, as well as numerical superiority, also strategic tactical superiority, in the sense they have more commanders, so they have the little bit at the end of the turn where they play more cards. Of course, the moment the Prussians arrive, the break point goes up, the amount of troops changes, but more importantly, the Prussian cards get into play. So suddenly the Allies get French green, so you get Prussian blue cards to add to their cards. So as well as more troops, they get more commanders, more tactical flexibility. So really the French have to try to win this before the Prussians arrive. After the Prussians arrive, it becomes a very, very uphill battle, quite literally.
And how long would you say a game takes to play?
The answer is it really depends on whether the Prussians turn up or not. If you can crush the British and win in the first 4 turns, that won't take too long. Once you know the rules and you're familiar with the game, maximum an hour, if you can destroy the French quickly. And then you have these 2 turns, 5 and 6, where the Prussians may turn up, and that obviously can take some time longer. Of course, as the units died, you get less units to move, so it speeds up. And eventually, on turn 7, the Prussians will arrive. That may take longer, because actually then it tends to probably end up close to the end, and it may take a couple of hours. It really varies, depending on whether the Prussians arrive or not, much like in reality.